Hey there, hair enthusiasts! Welcome back to another episode where we dive deep into the world of hair care. Ever feel like your hair just isn't growing? Like no matter what you do, it's stuck in a rut? We've all been there, staring at the mirror, wondering why our hair seems to be at a standstill. It's easy to think that skipping haircuts will make your hair grow faster. After all, less cutting means more length, right? But guess what? That's a total myth. Skipping haircuts can actually do more harm than good. Trimming your hair regularly is actually the key to unlocking its full growth potential. It might sound strange, but it's true. I know it sounds counterintuitive. How can cutting your hair make it grow longer? But trust me on this one. Regular trims are essential for healthy hair growth. Think of it like this. Those split ends? They're not just a minor inconvenience. They're basically your hair's worst enemy. They weaken your hair and make it prone to breakage. Those pesky split ends travel up the hair shaft, causing breakage and damage. This prevents your hair from growing long and strong. And damaged hair? Well, it doesn't exactly grow like a weed. It needs care and attention. By trimming away those split ends, you're giving your hair a fresh start and allowing it to grow longer and stronger. So don't be afraid of the scissors. So what are the benefits of regular trims, you ask? Let me break it down for you. First and foremost, trims prevent split ends from wreaking havoc on your hair. This means less breakage, which translates to thicker, fuller-looking hair. Who doesn't want that? Trims also help to keep your hair looking its best. They get rid of those scraggly, uneven ends, leaving your hair looking polished and healthy. And let's be real, who doesn't love that fresh-cut feeling? But it's not just about looks, folks. Regular trims can actually make your hair easier to manage. That's right, less tangles, less frizz, and less time spent battling those knots in the morning. Now, I know what you're thinking. How often should I actually be trimming my hair? It's a common question and one that doesn't have a straightforward answer. Well, there's no one-size-fits-all answer here. Everyone's hair is unique, and what works for one person might not work for another. It really depends on your hair type and how much damage you have. For instance, curly hair might need different care compared to straight hair. But as a general rule of thumb, most people benefit from a trim every 6 to 8 weeks. This helps to keep the ends healthy and prevent split ends from traveling up the hair shaft. If you have color-treated hair or use heat styling tools frequently, you might need to trim it more often, like every 4 to 6 weeks. These treatments can cause more damage, making regular trims essential. On the other hand, if you're lucky enough to have super healthy hair that's not prone to damage, you might be able to stretch it out to 10 to 12 weeks. Healthy hair can go longer between trims without looking ragged. The key is to listen to your hair and pay attention to how it feels. Your hair will give you signs when it needs a trim. If it starts to feel dry, brittle, or prone to tangling, it's probably time for a trim. Regular trims can help maintain the overall health and appearance of your hair, making it look its best. Section 4. Curly girls, listen up. Now let's talk about curly hair for a minute. My curly-haired friends know that their hair requires a little extra TLC. Because curly hair tends to be drier and more prone to breakage, it's especially important to stay on top of trims. I recommend trimming curly hair every 6 to 8 weeks, or even more often if you're noticing a lot of split ends or breakage. And here's a pro tip. Ask your stylist to trim your hair dry. This will allow them to see the true shape of your curls and ensure that your hair is cut evenly. Trust me, your curls will thank you for it. Section 5. Straight talk about trims. Now, for my straight-haired friends, you might be able to get away with trimming your hair a little less often than your curly-haired counterparts. But that doesn't mean you can skip trims altogether. Even if your hair is relatively healthy, it's still important to get a trim every 8 to 12 weeks to keep it looking its best. Remember, those split ends can still pop up, even on straight hair. And if you're growing out your hair, regular trims can actually help you reach your hair goals faster by preventing breakage and damage. Section 6. Beyond the trim extra tips for happy hair. So we've talked about the importance of trims, but what else can you do to keep your hair looking and feeling its best? There are several additional steps you can take to ensure your hair remains vibrant and healthy. Well, for starters, make sure you're using a good quality shampoo and conditioner that's formulated for your hair type. This can make a significant difference in how your hair feels and looks. And don't forget about deep conditioning. It's a crucial step that many people overlook. Once or twice a week, treat your hair to a deep conditioning mask to keep it hydrated and healthy. This helps to repair any damage and adds an extra layer of moisture. Another important tip, be gentle with your hair. Being rough can cause breakage and split ends. Avoid harsh brushing, especially when your hair is wet, and use a heat protectant spray if you use heat styling tools. This will help to prevent heat damage and keep your hair looking smooth. And last but not least, eat a healthy diet and drink plenty of water. Your overall health greatly impacts the condition of your hair. Your hair will thank you for it. By following these extra tips, you can enjoy hair that not only looks good, but feels great too.